So here we are. We're gonna hold shift while we press restart on our menu screen. We're gonna go down to troubleshoot, advanced, start settings. See a list of the settings in the upper left corner. We're gonna enter safe mode with this menu. I'm going to be replacing this graphics card right here with the returned 3070 Ti. Shouldn't take too long. Famous last words. This is taking longer than expected. I'll cut it here and return when I have the safe mode running. Alright, now we should come to a screen that looks sort of like this. We're going to deal with networking safe mode, which is pressing power. This allows us to uninstall software without messing up the boot drive or any files that are on the boot drive. Alrighty, I'm gonna log in real quick. Should look like this. You should have absolutely no high definition things at all because it's only the basic Windows drivers that come with the boot drive powering the graphics card, or having the graphics card communicate with the rest of the system. Now you should already have this installed, but if you don't, device driver uninstaller. I'm gonna go. Oh, can't find it from that menu, so I'm gonna have to do it manually. I have mine saved to the boot drive. Oh, that's maybe download, huh? Should be able to run it from here. You should come to a thing that looks kind of like this. Okay, we're gonna uninstall the drivers for this specific graphics card. We're gonna go GPU, for installing new graphics card, we're gonna click that. Now, once you start that, it's gonna uninstall every graphics card driver that's currently installed. It should do it automatically. You should see stuff start to happen here. And don't be afraid when it turns off. It's supposed to, because you clicked clean and shut down for installing your graphics card. Usually you would clean and restart, or clean and do not restart is the last option, but you don't usually do that. Clean and restart is just so you get all the drivers cleaned off the system, so that if you're having issues with drivers, you can reinstall all the drivers that are for that card specifically without having drivers stack on top of each other. And it shouldn't take more than a few minutes. Oh, I just installed GeForce Experience. Oh, here we go. It's against shutting down. Once it's fully shut down, then it's safe to. Oh, there it goes. Now we're gonna unplug everything, open or up, and remove that graphics card and install the new one. See you in a little bit.
And now we time lapse the replacement of the 2060 with the 3070 Ti I received back from the customer service. I spent too much time trying to figure out why it wasn't fitting in the slot. Turns out that either in shipping or in their shop, the box with the graphics card in it was dropped on the corner, and it bent the metal bracket that slots into the PCIe cover slot, which you can see me unscrewing now. This caused quite the confusion. When I set the graphics card in, I sent it with all the covers, everything that came in the box when I bought the card. This allowed me to judge whether they paid close attention to detail, which unfortunately they did not, because when they returned it to me, as you'll see in the video, they didn't have the plastic cover that goes over the PCIe fingers, you know, and they were missing a dust cover for HDMI, I think, which is unfortunate, but not the worst thing in the world. Now, they claimed that there was absolutely nothing wrong with the card, that was working as intended upon arrival. I find this hard to believe, considering in my previous video I showed the card first being plugged in and the system powering on, displaying out, but nothing was showing up on the LCD. And I also showed that it was not showing up in their software, RGB Fusion. Here's me unboxing it, seeing the damage on the box. Quite unfortunate. Then I take a closer look at the missing bits and bobs that come in the box. There's me pointing out the missing plastic cover. Just doing a visual inspection. Don't know how I missed the bent bracket, but you know, excited to have my card back, and after like 2 weeks. And when I finally power on to test, you'll see that I'll have an issue trying to get a display out, and the motherboard will display a VGA error. This VGA error, I later learned, was because of a power cable for the PCIe for the graphics card that wasn't plugged in all the way to the extension cable that plugs into the graphics card. And because it's a 6+2, the +2 pins weren't all the way seated, which is a common problem. And just plugging that in all the way fixed the power issue and allowed me to get a display out. Now enjoy watching me struggle to reinstall my 3070 Ti in this time lapse.
on. Make sure it goes to the back. Flip that on. Find the power button. Oh, RGB. Oh, now the chibi works. Alright, LCD works. We're about to find out if this thing gets recognized. Yeah, my egg. I'm not sure why it didn't work the first time around. They probably updated the firmware while I was in the shop and it fixed all of the software issues. Still nothing on the monitor. First time boot. I'm getting GPU error? What? That's not a good sign. Alright, gotta find out what the issue is. Yeah, we did it, boys. No more code. All I did was clear the CMOS, check the connections, and that cleared up the issue. We're gonna put her back together, and we're gonna put drivers on there. As you can see, I got NVIDIA driver 5.12.15 released on the 22nd of March. New driver, so game ready driver. Drivers are installed. Everything looks good. I'm gonna close her up and see if she still works. So, before I forget, due to my resetting of the CMOS to try to fix the issue I was having with it not posting, I now have to go back into the BIOS because it reset all of the BIOS settings. And if you can see there, we're running at 2400 megahertz. These are rated for 3600. That is too slow. We're gonna definitely have to do something about that. Let's go to XMP profile 1, 3600. That looks good. Okay. I want to take this off easy mode. I'm not used to easy mode. Okay, it's running 4x16. That's good. That's full support. Advanced mode. Ah, that's more like it. We're gonna go to boot. Everything looks good. And where's the system info? No, it's under settings. I/O ports. Resize bar support. What? Excuse me? We'll go auto on you. Yes, I want resizable bar enabled. Everything looks good. Yeah, that's just for that. I don't really want to overclock the CPU. I mean, I could, but I really don't want to. The boot options look good. CSM support. Alright, we're gonna save an exit and hopefully it doesn't crash my system. All I did was enable XMP and resizable bar. That should help with any type of decoding and make the system just run a little bit faster, a little bit smoother. Yeah, that definitely looks sleek. I can't wait till I customize that little image to something a bit more my style. Oh, here we go. And I'm gonna go over here. Now we have the task manager, memory. looky there, 3600. That looks good. We got my graphics card running at a chill 37 degrees Celsius. Yeah. I mean, the fans are on silent mode, so it's a little bit warmer than I'd like it to be, but 37 degrees is pretty cool. Pretty cool. We go into IQ because IQ has really good sensors. Gotta keep readjusting this so it doesn't save it. So my CPU appears to be running a lot warmer than I would like. I don't know if that's thermal paste or if it's the pressure I've put on it. When I tighten down, block pressure shouldn't be that high. I hand tightened it, but it's running at 36 degrees Celsius. Well, it's not terrible, but we are idling, so it really shouldn't be running more than 32 degrees Celsius. But as you can clearly see, it's running a little bit warmer than I'd like. I might undervolt it and keep the temperatures down with that Ryzen 7 5800X. But everything else looks good. That'll do it. So I've been running Firmark for a little while now. I think it's maxing out. We got GPU temps seem to be in check. I'm running it at 1440p, 2K 4K, or 4K 2K. Hotspot temp is 77. With the radar temperatures indicating that it's maxing out at 80 at the junction. About 68 degrees across the cores. It's pulling about 310 watts of power. I have a slight overclock on it. I have it running as an auto scan with the Aorus engine, which if I open up right now I have to put in my password. Seems to be an accurate reading. No crashes, no stability errors. So seems to be working great.